Right. So, today we are going to discuss the paper number 1 for your grade 7 examination, right? Which is targeting for third term exam. Correct? Right. So, paper number 1, part 1. Anusara,
Yes, sir.
did you do the paper? ගන්න පුළුවන් වුණාද? කරන්න පුළුවන් වුණාද?
සර් ගත්තා කරන්න නම් බැරි වුණා.
කමන්නේ. Right? It is okay. After I discuss the paper, right? Try to do it alone. Right? ඒක තනියම කරන්න බලන්න. Right? So then you will get a good knowledge. Sorry. And Chenuga, what about you? Were you able to do? Right. In the first question, they are asking how many symmetrical axes are in a parallelogram. So now what is a parallelogram? Right. Now in a parallelogram, right, it can be something like this. Sorry. This is also a parallelogram. So Buddha, this is a square, right? This is a special case of a parallelogram, right? This is a special case of a parallelogram. But actually we know what kind of a plane figure is a parallelogram, right? Now we are going to kick, right? We are going to kick to this vertex, right? I will say this point is A, this vertex is A, right? I am going to kick this. So this will look like this in the mirror. Right? Inclined like this, right? Now this is a square. It becomes like this. Square is also a parallelogram, some kind of a parallelogram, right? Because all the sides are parallel each other, right? All the sides are parallel each other, right? And also rectangle is also another special point of a parallelogram because all the right opposite sides are parallel each other. Opposite sides are parallel each other. This side, this side, this side, and this side, right? Top side and bottom side, right? So on and so forth. And also, if you kick this one, then the pipe para gave, right? It will look like this, right? It will look like this. So, Buddha, when you see a parallelogram like this, right? Now, can you draw any symmetrical? Can you draw any symmetrical axis for this? Right? So, this is my dotted line. Right? So, this is my dotted line. Right? And can anyone say? Right? Can anyone say? Can you draw any? Can you draw any? Uh, can you draw any dotted lines? Right? As a symmetrical line. Can you draw any dotted line as a symmetrical line? Symmetrical axis. Right? For a parallelogram, right? It is not possible to draw any symmetrical lines for parallelogram. Now, Buddha, this is a parallelogram, right? And this is a dotted line. If you fold this around this dotted line, if you fold this parallelogram around this dotted line, right? You won't see any coincided parts, right? So I will say this is my parallelogram. This is my parallelogram, right? This is my parallelogram. And this is my dotted line, right? of the parallelogram, right? And I am going to check whether my part 1, right, which is under the dotted line, and my part 2, right, which is the top of the bottom line. Sorry, dotted line, right, which is top of the dotted line, and the below part is this one, number 1, right? The below part is number 1, and the top part is number 2. Now, this is a dotted line. Around this dotted line, can you fold these two things, right? These two parts, right? Which are coincided, right? So, if you fold this, right, number 1 and number 2 parts are not coincided each other, right? So that you cannot take this dotted line as a symmetrical axis, right? This is not a symmetrical axis, right? This is not a symmetrical axis, right? And if you draw this kind of a dotted line, right? If you draw this kind of a dotted line, so I will say the below part of this dotted line is 3, right? Top part of bottom line is dotted line is 4, right? Below part is 3, top part is 4. Now you are going to again fold the 3 and 4 on top of each other, right? On top of each other, you are going to fold around this dotted line, right? Diagonal, right? But you will not be able to, right, coincide these two parts, right? You will not be able to coincide these two parts on top of each other. So, this is not a symmetrical axis also. So, parallelogram, right? Parallelogram has no, right? Has no symmetrical axis, right? So, you can write down your answer. They are asking how many symmetrical lines are there in the parallelogram. So, there are 0 lines, right? For the first one, right? Part 1, first one, your answer should be 0 lines, right? Or 0. That is enough. How many? 0. Right? So, if you have this one, you will get 2 marks. So, each and every question carries 2 marks of the part 1. Right? So, let's go to the next one. Second question. I am giving you a 5-minute break, like 6:55. Normally in the theory class, right? Break 6:55 වලට. Then after that, we will continue the class until 8:30, right? So, okay. Right. So, second one. Second one. If P is a now you have been given a set, right? Set. Right? P is called prime numbers. Prime numbers between 1 and 10. What is this? Can anyone say what is a prime number? Or can anyone type and send me the answer for this one? Prime numbers between 1 and 10. Prime numbers are not odd numbers, right? Not odd numbers or even numbers. Prime numbers, right? Can you just send me the answer? Right? Balloon dialect answer. Think. I have told you guys this one. What is the prime number? When we are doing the speed revisions, right? Speed revision we have done this, right? Oh, how that is? So what are the prime numbers between 1 and 10? No one. Ayyo. Chenuga? කවුද අලුත් පුතෙක් වෙයිද? අලුත් අපේ කවුද විපාෂා ඉන්නවා සුමිත් නේ? කවුද සුමිත් කියන්නේ? So Buddha, what is your name? Can you rename? Sumit? I can't hear you. Hi. So Kenudi, Ronaldo, can you send me the answer in the chat? Now Buddha, when you are writing down the prime numbers, you guys will mess this up with the odd numbers. හරිද? මේක odd numbers එක්ක ඔයාලා පටල ගන්නවා sure. Right? Now, I will ask you, you guys can give me the answers. Right? Now, right. Now, Buddha, I am writing, right? Prime numbers between 1 and 10. When you hear the word between, right? When you hear the word between, this is an important word, right? Can you include 1 and 10? Say, you can say yes or no, right? You can say why or no, right? I am asking, can you include 1 or 10? Right? If you hear the word between 1 and 10, I am asking from you guys, can you include 1 or 10 inside this answer? Can you do that? පුතේ අලුතෙන් ආවොත් ටිකක් ගමන්නේ උත්තරයක් දෙන්න.
No, sir.
Right? So Buddha, when you hear the word, when you see the word between, right? When you see the word between, right? You are not going to include 1 or 10. You are not going to include either 1 or 10, right? You guys not going to include these two numbers. හරිද? මේකවත් include කරන්නේ නැහැ, right? So between means, right? Here you have the number 1, here you have the number 10, right? Between numbers are 2, 3, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So you cannot include 1, you cannot include 10 because they are asking the right between numbers, right? Now you are going to choose prime numbers for this one, right? Now you are going to choose the prime numbers from the between numbers. Now between numbers are there 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So from these things you are going to pick the prime numbers, right? So Buddha, number 2 is a prime number, right? Number 3 is a prime number. Number 5 is a prime number, right? And number 7 is a prime number too, right? So this should be your answer. 2, 3, 5, 7 are the prime numbers, right? 2, 3, 5, 7 are the prime numbers. Okay. So 9 is not a prime number. This is not a prime number because it has more than 2 factors. It has more than 2 factors because 1 is a factor of 9, 3 is also a factor of 9, and 9 is also a factor of 9, right? When you are choosing a prime number, right? For a prime number, it can have only 2 factors, right? For a prime number, it can have only 2 factors. So when we consider number 2, we have only 2 factors, right? 2 can be divided by using 1 and itself. 3 can be divided by using 1 and itself, right? 5 can be divided by using 1 and also by using itself, right? 7 7 can be divided by using 1 and by using itself as f, right? Only two factors are there for a prime number, right? For a prime number. But 9, there are three factors. If you have three factors, right? More than two factors, so 9 is not a prime number. So Uda, your answer will be 2, 3, 5 and 7 for the second one. Right? 2, 3, 5 and 7. Sorry. Okay. Now, so you have to write down 2, 3, 5 and 7, right? As your answer. And also you need to pick them inside the Venn diagram also, right? So you can write it inside the Venn diagram, right? 2, 3, 5 and 7. So this should be your final answer. This ellipse is called a Venn diagram, right? And you need to make sure that you have a name too, right? You need to give it a name as P, because prime numbers between 1 and 10 is called P, right? So this is your ellipse, and you are going to put 2, 3, 5, 7, which are the elements of the Venn diagram. This is the Venn diagram, so your final answer should be this one. Correct? පුතා මේ මම මේ හැම එකම පැහැදිලි කරනවා, so you guys can remember each and everything නේ. මම logic එකත් පැහැදිලි කරලා තමයි ගානට උත්තරේ දෙන්නේ. හරි? Right? I am discussing the logic as well, right? Right. අද හිරුෂයි කැන්සයි නැහැ. හරි? Okay. Right. So this is the answer for the second one. Hurry. Let's go for the third one. Right. What is third one? Write all factors. Write all factors of 30. How you are going to do that? How you are going to do that? Now the third one is write all factors of 30. Here I have 30. Right. We are going to find all the numbers. We are going to find all the numbers. Right. 30 can be divided without a remainder. Right. We are going to find all the numbers. Right. That we can divide 30 without any remainder, right? Without remainder, right? We are going to find all the numbers that we can divide 30. Right? So first of all, right? 30 can be divided by 1, right? So you know it, right? Because 30 can be divided by 1, right? Without remainder, right? So there are, right? 1 times 30, 30. So your remainder will be 0. Remainder is 0. So 1 is a factor and 30 is also a factor. You know that. And also again, for 30, right, you can divide this 30 by 2. 2 times 50. Can you find any remainder? No. Remainder is 0. Right? Remainder is 0. So the 1 is a factor, 30 is a factor, 2 is a factor, 15 is also a factor, right? Because 30 can be divided by 2, right? It is 15. So on the other way around, 30 can be divided by using 15 as well. 30 can be divided by using 15 as well without any remainder. Right. Then can we divide 30 by 3? Yes. We can divide 30 by 3. We can divide 30 by 3, right? 3 times 10, right? So Are we having any remainder? No, right? So 0 remain. So you can say 3 is a factor, and on the other hand, on the other way, right? 10 is also a factor because 30 can be divided by 10 also, right? Without any remainder, right? Right. So can we divide 30 by 4? Can you divide 30 by 4? Is 30 a multiple of 4? No, right? 30 is not a multiple of 4. So we cannot divide 30 by 4. So 4 is not a factor. 5? Yes. 30 is a multiple of 5. 5 times 6. 5 times 6, 30. No remainder. No any remainder here. Right? So 5 is a factor. 6 is also a factor. On the other way around, right? 30 is a multiple of 6, right? 30 can be divided by using 6, right? So we have 6 times 5, no remainder, right? And 5 and 6, both of them are factor, and also 10, right? So can we use yes, we have after 5 we have 6, so 6 is a factor, right? Then 7, no, 7 is not a factor. Then 8, no, 8 is not a factor of 30. Then 9, no. Then 10, 10 is here, right? 11, no. 12, no. 13, no. 14, no. 15, 15 is a factor, right? So blah blah blah, right? So only you can find, right, these factors. So I am going to write the all factors of 30. Factors of 30, right? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, then 30. So these are the factors of 30. Right? So this should be the answer. Right? Right. Fourth one. Fourth one. Find the least common multiple of 8, 12, and 24. Right? Find the least common multiple of 8, 12, and 24. So now there are three numbers: 8, 12, 24. How you are going to find the least common multiple or LCM? How you are going to find the LCM? Right? So you have to divide these three numbers by using the prime numbers or prime factors, right? Until you get at the end 1, 1, 1. Hurry. You have to divide these three numbers by using prime factors until you get 1, 1, 1 at the end. Right? So now I am going to divide, right, until I get 1, 1, 1. Right? So these are my three numbers. What is the smallest prime factor? What is the smallest prime factor that I can divide these three numbers at once? Right? Actually, in that kind of situation, you are not going to find the number that you can divide all the three numbers together, right? So if you consider one of these three numbers, if it can be divided by using any of the prime factors, you are going to divide it. So smallest prime factor is 2, right? So 8 can be divided by 2, yes. So then I am going to divide 2 times 4, 8, 2 times 6, 12, 2 times 12, 24. Right? Then 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 3, 6, 2 times 3, 12. 4, 6, and 12 can be divided by using 2 again, right? And 2, 3, 6. because here I have 2 and 6. So 2 and 6 can be divided by using 2 again. Right? 2 times 1, 2. Right? So 3 cannot be divided by using 2. So I will write it as it is. Right? So, comma 6. 6 divided by 2. 2 times 3. Right? Now we have 1 comma 3 comma 3. Right? 1 comma 3 comma 3. Now what we have here? Not 3. Right? What we have here? So here Buddha, we have 3 and 3. Here we have 1. Right? Now this part is okay. Right? This part is okay. Now here we have 3. 3 and 3. We cannot use prime number 2 to divide this one and this one. Right? We cannot use prime number 2 to divide this one and this one. So the next prime number is 3. So prime factor is 3. So we are going to divide this number by 3 and this number by 3, right, in order to obtain 1 comma 1 at the end, right? So 1 we have to write it as it is, right? We have to write it as it is. Then comma, right? 3 times 1 3 comma 3 times 1 3. So at the end we have 1 comma 1 comma 1, right? So we have divided our 3 numbers until we get 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1, right, by using the prime factors. So finally, how we are going to find the LCM? That is the important thing, right? LCM. So here we have 4 numbers, right? Here we have 4 numbers: 2, 2, 2, 3, right? 2, 2, 2 and 3. So Buddha, if we want to obtain, right? If we want to obtain the LCM of given 3 numbers, right? We need to multiply each of these number together. When may number set multiply. We are going to multiply each and every number together. So 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 3, 24. Right? So this is how we are going to obtain the LCM of any given numbers, or any given numbers. Right? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, 24. So the least common multiple of 8, 12 and 24 is 24. Right? So do you have any questions here? Right. So I hope you guys can understand these things. Correct? If you have any questions, you can ask. Right? If you have any questions, you can ask. Right? So in the part 1, right, each and every question carries 2 marks. Right? Each and every question carries 2 marks. Right? Question number 4. We have done it. Question number 5. So express as a multiple of powers. Right? Express as a multiple of powers. Right? So here we have some kind of expression like this: A times B times A times B times A times B equal mark, right? So when you are putting the equal mark, right, it should be aligned. Right? Should be aligned vertically. Sirasa, right? Alignment node. Keep that in your mind. Equal mark, and if you do not put the equal mark, right, that is एक कहता है right? So in your exams you might get marks, but it is necessary to put equal mark. Right? Okay. Now we have like terms. A, B, B, B. Right? So those are like terms. So I will take like terms into a single place. right? Like terms into a single place, right? Into separate single place, because we have two like terms, A and B, right? So I will take set of A into a separate place, set of B into a separate place. Right? A multiplied by A multiplied by A. Right? So we can write this A multiplied by A multiplied by A. This is done, done, done. So we have B multiplied by B multiplied by B multiplied by B. So how do we write this as a multiple of powers? Multiple of powers. So if you can remember the indices lesson, right? If you can remember the indices lesson, right? The base of these three terms are same. Bases of these three terms are same. Bases of these three terms are same. Right? What can you say about the index? That is the power. Here, right? Here we have A. It is something like this. A to the power 1, right? Multiplied by A to the power 1 and multiplied by A to the power 1. So this is it. A times A times A. But the power is 1. Right? On top of A, we have a power. Or we can say index. Index of A is 1. Index of A is 1. Index of A is 1. Right? So if you have something like this, we call this power as index. Right? This power is index. And what is this? Variable. We are telling this one as the base. මතක නැත්තම් clear, right? If you cannot remember, please write down. This is called index, this is called base. Now here all the bases are same, right? Okay. And if you can remember the laws of indices, what can we do to this 1 then? Of all the bases are same. I can add them. 1 plus 1 plus 1. I can add these powers together because my base is same. Base එක එකමයි. Right? So that I can add 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3. So I can write this A to the power 3. Very nice, ne? So I can write this one. A to the power 3, right? Multiplied by, so B to the power 1, B to the power 1, B to the power 1, B to the power 1 plus 1 plus 1, B to the power 3. Very easy, name. Same thing. Same base and indices can be added. D to the power 3. So this should be the answer, Buddha. Me pattalesi here. Pattamales. Right? So Buddha me. Right? Same thing. So I did this one for your understanding. I did this one for your understanding. Right? So you can remember it. Right? If you want, you can remember it. Right? So this should be the answer. So this is how we are going to express this expression as a multiple of powers. Multiple of powers. Right? That is how we are going to read it. Multiple of powers. Right? There are two powers. There are two powers. In between that, we have multiple. So that we can say multiple of powers. Multiple of powers. Right? So you will get 2 marks if you have this. Right? So next one. Very interesting question. The sixth one. Patta interesting. Right. Sixth one. We have two directed numbers. Positive 5.62 plus minus 3.61. Right? So Buddha, these are two directed numbers. Right? These are two directed numbers and they are saying we have to add them. Are these are two directed numbers, positive and negative. Okay, and add them. Mean, add them. Right. What can you remember in these kind of situations? How you are going to add? Now think. Now think. Right. I have to add. I have to add two directed numbers. I have to add two directed numbers. Haridha. Now, what is the first step that I need to do? Right. This is positive, this is negative. Two directed signs. So, two different signs. Okay. Two different signs. I need to forget the signs. Right. I need to forget the signs and take out the two numbers 5.62, right, and 3.61, right, 3.61. So these are the two numbers, right? So two different signs, positive and negative, right? Now first thing that you need to do is forget the signs, right? Take just the numbers, right? Numbers vitarak gun 5.62, 3.61. That is the first step, right? So now then what you are going to do is, right? Give me 5 seconds. පුතා පොඩ්ඩක් වැස්සේ තෙමුණා හරිද? ඒකින්ද කිව්ව යනවා. හොඳටම කිව්ව. right? අද ගෙදර ගිහින් එනකොට පොඩ්ඩක් තෙමු. හරි? එතකොට right. Here you have two directed numbers and you have to add them. And first number is 5.62, which is positive number. Second one is 3.61, which is a negative number. Two different signs. So for first thing that you need to do is forget the signs, right? Forget the signs, just get the two numbers only, right? So here you have 5.62 and 3.61. Now think, what is the next thing that I have to do? I need to choose the biggest number, right? What is the biggest number between 5.62 and 3.61? So tell me, what is the biggest number? Think. Alright. Actually, you can say 5.62 is the biggest number. Right. Two different sides. Two different sides. You need to get the subtraction of these two. This is the biggest number, 5.62, and you are going to subtract 3.61 from it. Right? This is the Iya, right? This is the Malli. You are going to subtract, right? Malli subtracted from Iya. Right? So 5.62 is the biggest one. So I'm going to subtract. So here you have the decimal point. 2 minus 1, 1. 6 minus 6, 0. 5 minus 3, 2. Hari. So your answer should be the 2.01. Hari. For this one, your answer should be 2.
Sir.
Wait for that. Right. May Balan. Here you have two different signs. Two different signs. The first thing, if you have two different signs, right? The first thing that you need to do is forget the signs, right? Now, if you are not clear, right? Please write. Right? If you have, right? Two different signs, right? If you have two different signs, what you are going to do first? Forget the signs. Please write. First, forget the signs. Hurry. Then take the two numbers. Right? Take the two numbers. 5.62 and 3.61. Correct? Then subtract them. Right? Good. That is how your minus sign came. Subtract them. Right? So Buddha, forget the signs and take the two numbers. This is done. This is done. Then subtracting. Maybe subtracting. Right? That is how the minus sign came. Did you understand, Farah? If you have two different signs,
Yes, sir.
if you have two different signs, then you have to follow this way. Haridu? Make two different signs, positive and negative, then you have to follow this way. Haridu? Right? Clear? Clear? Okay. So then subtract them. So then the fourth one is you are going to choose the sign. Now I have subtract this 2.01. Here I have 2.01. Now Buddha, how you are going to decide what is the sign? Is it positive or negative? Right? Fourth one. Right? Choose the biggest number sign. Choose the biggest number sign. Choose the biggest numbers sign. Right? Choose or you can say select. Right? Select. Right? It is easy. Select. Select. Select the biggest numbers sign and put it here. Right? So what is the biggest number? 5.62 is the biggest number. Fourth step. Select the biggest number. Biggest number is 5.62. And what is the sign of it? Here, this is the 5.62 name. Sign is positive. So, Buddha, your answer will be positive. Right? Your answer is positive. Guys, do you have any questions from that? The biggest number is 5.62, right? Which is our fourth step, right? And this is the biggest number 5.62, and the sign is positive. So your answer is positive. And you can keep it like this as well, right? Without the positive sign, because it is defaultly positive. Positive number, we no need to say positive, right? So you can keep both answers, right? One of these answers are correct, right? But if it is negative, definitely you need to put negative. Hari. Okay, Budhi. Now let's go to the next one. Right. I will clear the board. So Buddha may right? If you cannot remember, matak karaganna bැරි you should put. You need to put this. Hari. Hari. Right. Right. I will clear the board. I will keep this one. So you guys can write it. Hari. So Buddha, seventh one. There are two parts for the seventh one. Find the value of 3 to the power 2. Nice. Okay. 3 to the power 2. What is that? 3 to the power 2. 3 square. In another word, we can say 3 square. 3 to the power 2. Right. 3 square. 3 square. 3 square. Square. So 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 1 plus 1, 2. That means there are 3 2's multiplied together. So how I can expand this? Right? This is the base and this is the power, right? Base, right? And power, right? So 3 times 3. Wait. 2 3's, right? 2 3's have been multiplied together, right? Not not 2 3's. Wait. Some of you guys might write might write like this, right? This is wrong. Only two number threes, right? 1 2, right? 3 has been multiplied together twice. 3 has been multiplied together twice. Right? 3 to the power 3, number 3 has been multiplied together thrice, right? 3 to the power 4, number 3 has been multiplied 4 times together. Right? That is the meaning. So, the 3 times 3, 9. You know this. Write the factors of the number got for the above answer. Very easy, ne? We did something like similar, right? In the third question, write all factors of 30. 30 එකේ අපි ලිව්ව පත ගොඩක්. හරිද? මේ මොකද්ද මේ පොඩි දෙයක්. So we have to write the factors, write all of the factors of 9. Right? All of the factors of 9. And I have explained it earlier නේද? මට මතක වෙයි අර prime numbers කතාවේ. I have explained it. Yes, that's right. So now we are going to find all the factors, right? All the numbers that 9 can be divided without any remainder. Without, right? With 0 remainder. Right? So 9 can be divided by 1 nil. Right? 1 times 9, 9. So 1 is a factor, 9 is a factor. Okay. Then what is the other number? Can we divide, right? Can we divide 9 by 2? Can we without any remainder? No, no. So 2 is not a factor. Then what is the other one? 3. Yeah, 3 can be, 3 can be used to divide number 3, right? Because 9 is a multiple of 3, right? 3 times 3, super. Right? 3 times 3. 3 times 3, 9. Correct. 4, no, 4 is not a multiple of 9. Then 5, you cannot use. 6, no. Then 7, no. 8, no. 9, yes. 9 is already a factor. Done. So the 3 is also a factor. So 3 is also already here. So you can write all the factors of 9, right? Factors of 9 equals 1, 3, 9. Right? So these should be the answers. Right? Right. That is the 7th one. Right? 8th. මම පුතේ මේ සාකච්ඡා කරනකොට මේ දඩබඩක සාකච්ඡා කරා යන්නේ නැහැ. So මම I am taking all the necessary things, right? Right? Each and everywhere. හැම තැනින්ම කොටස් ටික අරගෙන ඔයාලගේ ඔලුවට දානවා. හරිද? හරි? එතකොට you guys can remember each and everything නේද? You can refresh your knowledge නේ. හරි. Right. So 8. Subiri. This is a fraction. 1 and 2 upon 3 plus 3 upon 8 plus 1 and 3 upon 4. So, Buddha, how we are going to do this? There are two methods. There are two methods to do this, right? And here you have this is a mixed number and this is a mixed number. This is just a fraction. There are two methods, but I will use the easiest way, right? That you can use to each and every fraction addition of fraction. Here you have addition of fractions, right? I will use the easiest way, right? That we can use for adding any of the fractions. Right? Here we have a mixed number. Here we have a mixed number, right? And we are going to convert these two mixed numbers into what fractions? Right? This is a mixed number. We can convert this mixed number into a special fraction. Can you remember that fraction? Right? Can anyone say? This is a mixed number and we can convert it into a blank fraction. So what is the special word that we can put into the blank, right? Blank. What the special word here? Can you guys remember? Improper improper fraction. We can convert mixed numbers into an improper fraction. Ne? We can convert mixed numbers into improper fraction. Right? So first of all, this is a mixed number, right? And we are going to convert those mixed numbers into improper fractions. There is a special way of mind. Right? So 1, 2 upon 3. Right? So this is a mixed number. Right? This is a mixed number. Right? When you are going to the below two numbers, you have to multiply them. Then you have to add. So this is clockwise method. Clockwise method. Right? So these two numbers multiply and then answer at this one. So how do we convert this mixed number into an improper fraction? Denominator is same, 3. We are going to fill the numerator. Right? 3 times 1. Okay, multiply 3 times 1. 3. Keep that in your mind. 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 5. Numerator is 5. So big. So this is 1 and 4. 3 upon 40. 1 and 3 upon 40. Right? 1 and 3 upon 40. Right? So clockwise method. Multiply, add. Right? Denominator is 4. Right? Same thing. Same thing. Denominator does not change right now. Now 4 times 1. 4 times 1, 4. Keep that in your mind. 4 times 1, 4. 4. 4 plus 3. 4 plus 3, 7. 7. Right? 7. Right. So if you convert this mixed number into an improper fraction, you will get 5 upon 3. If you convert this mixed number into an improper fraction, you will get 7 upon 4. Right? Now, what you can do? Now we have done 50% of this question. 3 upon 8 plus, instead of this one, I can put 7 upon 4. Now think. Now Vitan, right? Next step. What am I going to do? Right? Right. Now I have 3 fractions and I have to add them. Right? And here denominator, when you check the denominators, right? When you check the denominators, they are not same. They are not same. So 3, 8, 4. 3 different denominators. If I have 3 different denominators, next what I want to do? Yeah, I need to find LCM. Why I need to find LCM? LCM, right? Because I need to make sure my denominators are same. If and only if my denominators are same number, right? If and only if my denominators are equal to a same number, are the same number, then I can add or subtract the numerators. Keep that in mind. Now, Buddha, we have 3, 8, 4. I need to find LCM of 3, 8, 4. Now, in the previous one, I told you guys to how to find the LCM. 8, 12, and 24. Gani, Parana. Right? So, you need to take 3, 8, 4. Right? Until you get 1, 1, 1. At the end, you have to divide by using the prime factors. Right? So, these are my 3 numbers. I am going to find LCM. 3, 8, 4. Divide by the smallest prime factor. What is the smallest prime factor? 2, right? 2. Can we use 2? Yes, because 8 and 4 are there, right? 3 cannot be divided, right? So that I have to write 3 as it is, right? 8 can be divided by 2, 2 times 4, 8. 4 can be divided 2 times 2, 4. So 4 and 2, yes, I can divide it by using again prime factor 2. 3 cannot be divided by using 2, comma, 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 1, 2. Right. Again, 3, comma, 2, 2 is here. So, for the one last time, I can divide this by 2 as it, because here you have 2, right? 3 cannot be divided, right? Right as it is, comma, 2 times 1, right? And 1 here, 1 comma 1. Now we have to convert this 3 into 1. So we have to use 3. 3 times 1 comma 1 comma 1. Right? Now, can you remember how to find the LCM? Right? LCM. There are some numbers and you have to multiply them together. You have to multiply them together. Right? 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 3, 24. Right. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 3, 24. So, your LCM is 24. What LCM can? What do you mean by LCM? Right? Most important thing. What do you mean by LCM? Least common multiple. When you find the LCM, right? Your denominators, right? Your denominators should be converted into 24. 3 needs to be converted into 24. 8 needs to be converted into 24. 4 needs to be converted into 24. Right? So you know how to do that in here. Because right, 24 divided by 3, 8. So I have to multiply 3 by 8. Then I can obtain 24. Right? 8 multiply by 3, 24. 4 multiply by 6, multiply by 6, 24. Right? So let's do that. What is here? If you know the method, if you know the way, right? This question is nothing. So now here I have 5 upon 3. Right? So I am going to multiply both numerator and the denominator by 8. Because I need to convert this denominator 3 into 24. 3 times 8, 24. Right? Plus. Now here I have 3 upon 8. So 8 need to be converted into 24. So multiply it by 3. Very easy. 8 times 3, 24. Right? Done. Plus 7 upon 4. 7 upon 4. Right? I will separate this. 7 upon 4. Right? 4 needs to be converted into 24, which is my LCM. Common denominator. 4 times 6. 6. 6. Then equal mark. So you know 5 times 8, 40, 3 times 8. No need to see, right? Because already in the denominator you will get 24. You know that 24, 24, 24. Right? 3 times 3, 9. 9 upon 24. Right? Plus 7 times 6, 42. Right? 42. 4 times 6, 24. Right? So now we take up 24, 24, 24. And right? Numerators can be added. Numerators can be added. Right? So I will write it here. So I will write the next step here. Right? So my common denominator is 24. Right? 40 is my first numerator plus 9 second numerator plus last numerator 42. Right? 40 plus 42, 82. Sorry. Yeah, 82. 82 plus 9, 91. 91. Right? Yes, 91. Yeah. 82 plus, yes. 91 divided by 24. What is this? So, here you have 91 divided by 24. This answer is also correct. But, why is that? This is an improper fraction. This is an improper fraction. Make an improper fraction. Right? So we are going to convert this improper fraction into a mixed number again. How you are going to do that? Most important thing, right? How you are going to do that, right? So the thing that you are going to do is, right, 91 divided by 24, 91 divided by 24, right? So I am going to use long division, right? 91 divided by using 24, right? In order to convert this improper fraction into a mixed number. So here, how many 24s are there for 91? How many 24s? Right? So there can be 3 24s. Sorry. 3 times 4, 12. Remainder is 1. 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7. Right? Yes. So there are 3 24s for 91. Right? So now what is the remainder? Subtract. So here you have 1. So if you take 1 from 9, it becomes 11. 11 minus 2, 9. Right? So here now, previously I had 9, but I have taken only 8 minus 7, 90. Right? So the remainder is 90. Right? So now by looking at this one, you can write the mixed number. How we are going to do that? Equal mark. Denominator is 24. It does not change. It change in, right? Denominator does not change. 24. Right. Now we are going to fill the whole number part and the numerator. Whole number part and the numerator. Whole number part. By looking at that, right? How you are going to find the whole number part? Here you have the whole number, which is called quotient. Quotient. Right? So this quotient is your whole number part. What is the numerator? Numerator is this one. Your remainder. Right? This is the remainder. It comes to the numerator. Right? Your quotient comes to the whole number part. So 3 and 19 upon 24. 3 and 19 upon 24. This is your mixed number. And this is your answer. Yep. ඔන්න මම හෙන ගොඩක් ඒකේ පැහැදිලි කරා. හරි. හැබැයි පොඩි දෙයක් තියෙන. If you know the pattern, you can do this, right, within a fraction. Right? තප්පරේ කරේ. Right? Right. Shall I explain again what are the steps that I did here? There are 3 fractions to be added, right? Here you have mixed number, here you have mixed number, and I have converted them into improper fraction, here, right? Then we have 3 different denominators. If you have 3 different denominators, you need to find LCM like this. Then obtain LCM, which is 24. That should be your common denominator. Right? So 3 times 8, 24. 8 times 3, 24. So that you have to convert this 3 into 24, 8 into 24, 4 into 24. Right? So that you are going to multiply this 3 by 8, both numerator and denominator. Right? When it comes to here, 8 needs to be multiplied by 3, both numerator and denominator. Here 4 needs to be multiplied by 6 in order to obtain 24. Multiply by 6 and 6, both numerator and denominator. Right? So you will get 40 divided by 24, 9 divided by 24, 42 divided by 24. So 24, 24, 24. Common denominator is 24. Patta is. Then add the numerators. 40 plus 9 plus 40. You will get 91 upon 24. Now make a. This answer is correct, but right? Improper fraction. So I need to convert it into mixed number. So this is the way that you are going to convert it into a mixed number. 91 divided by 24. 91 divided by 24. So if you divide 91 divided by 24, right? There are 3 24s for 91. Then remainder is 90. Remainder is 90. So remainder comes to the numerator. Denominator is 24. Denominator is 24. It doesn't change. And this is the portion. Portion comes to the whole number part of the mixed number. So that is done. Right? So if you practice this, make what practice na make nothing. Wow, just කරගෙන යනවා. දඩ බට ගාලා කරා යනවා උදේ. හරිද? Nothing. හරි? Right. Ninth one. Right? So ninth one is very easy. I will do it here. 2.14 decimal number divided by a whole number. Your decimals lesson. Right? If you can remember the decimals lesson, right? 21.4. Sorry, 2.14 divided by 4. Right? Here you have the number 2.14. You are going to use the long division. 2.14 divide by 4. 2.14 divide by 4. Right? 2.14 divide by 4. Right. Now, this is the 10th place. In the 10th place, you have 2. Number 2. Number 2. In the 10th place, you have number 2. So, how many 4s are there for number 2? No 4s, 0. 0. 0 times 4, 0. Subtract. Here you have 2. Right? Now, here you have 1. Take this 1 down. Now you have 21. How many 4s are there for 21? 21, 5, 5. Can you put 5 here? No. Why is that? Before you are going to put in 5, you have to place the decimal. Mean decimal point here, you have decimal point. So you have to put decimal point here. Now you can put 5. Right? Here you have 4. Right? 4 times 5. Right? Exactly on top of this one. Exactly on top of this one, you have to put 5. 4 times 5 will subtract. You have 1. Take this down. 40. Right? 4, you have to get it down. 40. Then 40. How many 4s are there for 40? 3. 4 times 3, 12. Subtract. 4 minus 2, 2. There is 2. Now, you can go for another decimal place. You can go for another decimal place. If you want to go for another decimal place, what can you do? Extend the line, right? Here, you have to put 0 and take this 0 down. Now you have 20. Now you have 20. How many 4s are there for 20? 5. 4 times 5, 20. So, here you have 20. So, you have to write 20 and 20 and get the subtraction as 0 at the end of this. Right? Because I do not have enough space. So, this is this 20. Right? 20. Then 5 times 4, 20. 20 minus 20, 0. Right. So, your answer should be for this one 0.535. Right? Right. So guys, shall we have a break? Or right? So I will give you a 5-minute of break. Correct? Right. So we have discussed the 9th one, right? Then let's go for 10. 10th one is very easy, right? So 10th one you have to find the perimeter of the triangle, right? So perimeter is like this, right? So the triangle is this, and you have to find the perimeter of the triangle, right? This side is 3a, this side is 4b, right? And this side is 2a plus 3. This side is 2a plus 3. So you know how to find the perimeter of a triangle, right? perimeter of a triangle, right? So you can add all of the three sides together. This side plus this side plus this side, right? 3a plus 4b plus 2a plus 3. So done. Next, very easy. So I will clear here, right? In a minute. So Buddha, so you can write the perimeter of this triangle by adding these three sides. These are the lengths of three sides and add them together, right? I will begin from here, right? Or I will begin from here, this one, right? 2a plus 3, right? Plus 3a plus 3a plus 4b, right? Very easy. Right? But easy make her plus 4b. So, Buddha, again you have an expression here. With an expression එකක් නේ තියෙන්නේ. By looking at the expression, can you find any like terms? Can you find any like terms? There are two unknown terms. There are two terms, A and B, right? Are there any other terms for A except this? Right? Here you have term A, 2A, right? And A. Are there any terms of A? Wait. Yes, wait. Here you have 3A. So these two are like terms. So the 2A plus 3A, right? 2A plus 3A, something like this, right? I have two apples, right? And in my right hand side, I have three apples in my left hand side, right? I am giving it to the Anusara, right? Anusara dena, I am giving Anusara two apples. Then later, I am giving Anusara again three apples from my left hand side. Now, how many apples are there with Anusara? Right? 2a plus 3a. Right? 2 apples plus 3 apples. 5 apples. Mean 2a plus 3a. 2 plus 3, 5a. 5a. Now, this is done. This is done. Are there any A terms? No. B terms are here. One B term, right? So it is different. So you have to keep it like this. And here you have another single number. 3. There are no any other like terms. So Buddha, this is your perimeter. 5a plus 4b plus 3 for the 10th term. Right? Okay. Right. Name the obtuse angle triangle in the figure. Right? There is a figure something like this. I mean, this is the 11th one. Right? Top vertex is A. This is B and this is C. Right? And there is a perpendicular to the BC. Perpendicular to the BC. And the intersection point where the perpendicular hits or intersect with B is named as D. Right? Then there is another line like this. So this line intersect AB at point T. So Buddha, now they are asking what is the obtuse angle triangle? Right? There are three triangles. This one, right? ADC is one of the triangles. AED is another triangle. BED is another triangle. There are three triangles. Right? Out of these three triangles, you have to identify what is the obtuse angle triangle. What is the obtuse angle again? What is called obtuse? More than 90 degrees. More than 90 degrees. Right? So, let's consider the ADC triangle. ADC triangle. This is acute angle, less than 90. This is what is this? Right angle. Right angle. What is the magnitude of right angle? 90 degrees. 90 degrees. 90 degrees. And what is this? Again obtuse. Sorry. Again acute angle, right? Less than 90 degrees. So this is not a obtuse angle triangle because special name is there. Right angle triangle. There is a right angle, so we call ADC as right angle triangle. So uh, I will write the answer at the end, but I am going to explain all the three types of angle you can find here. So here this is an extra note. Make extra note. So your mind. So what is this one? Our ABD triangle, ADC. ADC triangle. This is called a right angle triangle. Right? Right angle triangle. You would better write down if you want. Right angle triangle. Right? What can you say about the number 3? Right? I am not taking number 2 now. Right? So I will put a space here. Number 2. What can you say about the number 3? Which is a BED triangle. BED triangle. So it is called acute angle triangle. All the angles, all the 3 angles of number 3 are less than 90 degrees. Less than 90 degrees. So something special is there. I want to say in a right angle triangle, right? ADC equals, right? ADC equals 90 degrees. Then number 3, all the angles, right? All the angles are less than 90 degrees. Less than 90 degrees. Right? Of the BED triangle. So we called it acute angle triangle. Acute angle triangle. Right? Acute angle triangle. Right. So now number 2. What is this number 2? This angle is, this small angle is acute angle, and this one again acute angle. What can you say about DEA? It is more than 90 degrees. More than 90 degrees, greater than 90. Number 2 is the obtuse angle triangle because your AED, right? So AED angle is more than 90 degrees. Right? ADC angle, AED angle. Right? And all of the angles are 90, less than 90 of a acute angle. But here number 2, AED angle, when you consider the AED angle, it is greater than 90 degrees. Right? So our triangle is AED. AED. This AED triangle is called, because of this one, AED greater than 90. So we called it obtuse angle triangle. Right? So these are the 3 types of triangles that you can meet in your mathematics. Equal 90 degrees, right angle. Greater than 90 degrees, obtuse angle. Less than 90 degrees, acute angle. Right? So your answer should be this. Right? AED. You have to write AED triangle. AED triangle is the obtuse angle triangle. Right. Okay, good thing. So that is 11th one. Right? Right. paper එකක් සාකච්ඡා කරනකොට පුතා මේ උත්තරේ විතරක් සාකච්ඡා කරගෙන ගිහිල්ලා වැඩක් නැහැ. right? ඒකේ වටපිටාව ඕගොල්ලන්ට දෙන්න ඕන ඔලුවට. හරිද? මේකෙන් තව මොනවද ගන්න පුළුවන්? හරිද? What we can obtain from this one. Right? Are there any other related information that I can figure it out? Right? That I can collect. Right? So, make 1, 2, 3. 3 types of angle. And 3 types of angles and 3 types of triangles. Right? Right angle, obtuse angle, acute angle. Right angle, triangle, obtuse angle, triangle, acute angle, triangle. Right? ADC equals 90 degrees, which is called right angle. AED greater than 90 degrees, obtuse angle, and angles less than 90 degrees, acute angle. So more information are included there, right? Harimti. Okay. 11th one. Yes, 12th one. Let's go for 12th one. Right. So let's read the question first. Abhi kyun mein, right? So Buddha, 80 rupees is spent, right? 80 rupees is spent on a comb of banana with 16 of them, right? There are 16 bananas, right? On that form, right? There are 16 bananas, right? මේ ගින්දර නෙමෙයි හරි මේ banana හරිද? There are 16 bananas, sorry. Of in this comb, right? In this comb of banana, it includes 16 number of bananas, and right, we have to pay 80 rupees for that, right? We are going to pay, right, 80 rupees for this comb of banana, or to buy these 16 bananas, right? In simple words, we are going to pay to a certain mudalali, right, 80 rupees for this 16 bananas. Mam banana perete mata 10 කන්න ඕනේ. So I will give 80 rupees to that mudalali and I will take 16 bananas back. Hari? Now I need to find, right? Here they are asking, right? If the price of the banana is y, right? Right? Price of a banana is y, right? Price of a banana is y, right? Find the cost of one banana, right? So one banana is cost y rupees, right? And we have to find that y. මේ හෙන බොරු ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක් දීලා තියෙනවා. මේ y කියලා හිතන්න, right? Think as y, right? Then at the end they are asking find the cost of one banana, right? No need to give this one. 80 rupees spent on a combo of banana with 16 of them, right? And the rest of them are not needed, right? At the end they have to ask find the cost of one banana. මේ බොරුවක් දීලා තියෙනවා, right? Then met y rupees හිතන්න ඒ වලව පටලන්න. හරිද? රැවටෙන්න එපා, right? මේ y equals to the cost of one banana, right? Cost of one banana. So Buddha, 16 bananas cost 80 rupees. 16 bananas cost 80 rupees. How am I going to find for the one banana? Right. Here I have 16 bananas. So if I want to find for a one banana, right, I am going to write this again. Right. I am going to divide this side by 16, right? This side by 16 and this side by 16. So 16 divided by 16 means one banana. Now you can obtain the cost of one banana, right? 80 divided by 16, right? 80 divided by 16. 80 divided by 16 means how much? 5 rupees there. or not? How much? 8 divided by 16. Yeah, 5. Right? 5, right? So 5 rupees. Right? So 80 divided by 60. So you will get the price of 1 banana. So at the end you have to write because they are asking why katavani. Why katavani. So price of 1 banana, which is our y, right, equals 5 rupees. Right? Right? Please put the currency. The currency is needed. Rupees. 5 rupees. Close color. Right. Right. Okay. Now 30. When you are going to do that kind of a question, when you are going to do that kind of a question, right? Please do this way, right? If they have given 16 bananas cost 80 rupees, right? Now I need to find for one banana. 16 bananas, this much. I need to find one banana. So divide this by 60, both sides by 60. So you will get the price of one banana, right? 80 divided by 60. Actually, no need to do this much, right? If you know, right? Price of one banana equals 80 divided by 60. Done. Ivarai. Haril. Me buda me saralama vidhi. Hari. Me tiye simplest way. Right? Samara pude ekapaatam logic එක තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. හරිද? Some of you students, right, might not get the logic at once. When I explain like this, මෙහෙම explain කරපුවාම then you can get the logic. මේකනේ කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. හරිද? මම මෙහෙම කිව්වනේ එකපාරට price of one banana blah blah blah, price of one banana equals all 16 bananas are 80 rupees. Right? So if you want to obtain the price of one banana, you have to divide that 80 rupees by 16, right? 5 rupees. Done. ඔච්චරයි. මේ question එක ඔච්චරයි කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. Right? මේක එකපාරටම some of you guys might not get. හරිද? සමහර පුදාලා දුවලට මේක එකපාරටම එන්නේ නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. That is why I explain like this, step by step. This is the way that you need to think පුතේ. හරිද? ඔයාලගේ thinking pattern එක හදා ගන්න ඕනේ මෙහෙම. 10ක් 80 rupees. So I need to find for one banana. So I have to divide it by 16. 16 by 16, one banana, 80 divided by 16. Done. Like this. Right? If you are a great leader or patta vendek na, you can directly use this. No need to do these things. Right? Or patta genius kenek na, right? Or real vendek na, you can do this at once. No need to do this much. Mega venture karan. Right? So let's go for 13. Find the volume of a cube with side length is 15 centimeters. What is in it? What is a cube? Right? Of a cube, all the sides are equal. Right? Of a cube, this is something like that. Right? All the sides are equal in length. All the sides are equal in length. Right? So they have given find the volume of a cube with side length 15 centimeters. Right. So I will take this side length as L. So how do we find the volume of a cube? Volume of a cube, right? Yes, of a cube. Right. Length multiplied by height multiplied by breadth. Right. So all of these are L near. Right? Length, height, breadth, all of them are L. So the L multiplied by L for a cube. Right? Can you remember this? L multiply by L multiply by L. L to the power 3, right? So our length has been given as 15 centimeters, right? L is equal to 15 centimeters multiplied by 15 centimeters multiplied by 15 centimeters. So you have to multiply 15 3 times, right? 15 into 50. So how do you multiply 15 into 15? 5 times 5, 25. Remainder is 2. 5 times 1, 5 plus 2, 7. 1 times 5, 5. 1 times 1, 1. 5, 2, 225. Then you have to multiply 225 again by 50. Okay? 15 times 15 times 50. Multiply by 50. 5 times 5, 25. Minus 2, 5 times 2, 10 plus 2, 12. 1. 5 times 2, 10 plus 1, 1100. 1 times 5, 5. 1 times 2, 2. 1 times 2, 2. Right. And then 5, 7, 3, 3. 3,375. So, Buddha, here you can get 3,375. Now, is this the final answer? Make it the final answer. Is this the final answer? No. If you put this answer like this, your answer is half. You will get half of the marks. Harida. But here you have to put the unit again. Centimeter into centimeter into centimeter. Right? Centimeter into centimeter into centimeter. Centimeter to the power 3. Right? Cubic centimeters. Right? Centimeter times centimeter times centimeter. Centimeter to the power 3. Centimeter has been multiplied 3 times. Multiplied 3 times. Right? Centimeter to the power 3. Cubic centimeters. Done. Right? Right. Now, let's go for next one. Another one. Right. Then 14th. 14th one says when making jewelry, right? Jewelry, the mixing ratio of copper and gold. Copper and gold. So we need to write that. So Buddha, what are the two quantities that we are going to use here? Right? Two variables, two quantities. Ratio of copper and gold. Okay. I am going to write it. Copper to gold. They have given us the ratio on it. What is the ratio? Copper to gold? 1 to 11. 1 to 11. So they are asking, find the mass of gold needed to make gold necklace of 60 grams. Find the mass of gold needed, right, to make the gold necklace of 60 grams. Right? So the gold mass has been given, right? Sorry. Find the mass of gold. Is there any mistake? Could anyone normally? So here the gold necklace weight is 60 grams, right? So when the jewelry is making, mixing the ratio and copper and gold, right, is 1 to 11, right? And find the mass of gold needed to make gold necklace of 60 grams, right? So 60 gram is total gold necklace. So we are mixing copper and gold to make the gold necklace. What is the gold necklace? We are mixing right? We are mixing copper and gold to make the gold necklace, right? Gold necklace of 60 grams. Of 60 grams. So, Uda, when we are doing these kind of things, here we have a ratio on copper to gold, right? Copper to gold, right? So, first of all, what we need to do is, right? So, here we have one part, here we have 11 part. We need to find the total part, right? So, total parts can be calculated by adding 1 plus 11. Right? So total parts are 12. Right? So Buddha, this total 12 parts included 60 grams. This total 12 parts included 60 grams. Right? So then we have to find, right? Uh, how much of grams included in one part. Alright? How much of grams included in one part of gold excess? Because if we divide this 60 gram of gold necklace into 12 parts, it contains this ratio. May ratio included in this. So now we are going to write down like this. Gold necklace of 60 grams, right? So complete gold necklace weight is 60 grams, right? Now weight of gold, we are going to write mass of 12 parts. Mass of 12 parts equals 60 grams, right? Mass of 12 parts equals 60 grams. Then we can find the mass of one part. Mass of one part. Right? Here we had 16 bananas. How did we find for one banana? Right? Like previous, we have to do this one. Because here we have 12 parts. If we want to find the mass of one part, we are going to do what? What we are going to do? We are going to divide this side by 12 so that we can obtain 1. And we are going to divide 60 grams by 12, right? In order to find the mass of one part, right? We have used the same thing. 16 bananas, 16 divided by 16, one banana. And make this side divide by 16 also. Same thing we have used. So, now we know the mass of one part. Now we know the mass of one part of the gold necklace. 60 gram divided by 12. Correct? So what is the answer? 60 divided by 12 means 5. Right? 5 grams. So mass of one part is 5 grams. So they are asking from mass, find the mass of gold needed. Right? How many parts are there for gold? Right? This is our gold. This is our gold, and there are 11 parts for gold. Right? 11 parts for gold. So we know the mass of one part. If we want to find the mass of 11 part, what we are going to do? Mass of, now think, Ethan. Here we had 12 parts. If you want to find the one part, we have divided both sides by 12. We have divided both sides by 12. 12 divided by 12, 1. 60 divided by 12, 5. Right? Mass of one part equals 5 grams. We need to find the mass of gold. Right? Gold includes 11 parts. So now we know the mass of one part. Right? Now we are going to find mass of 11 part. A mass of 11 parts. So we need to multiply this side by 11, this side by 11. 5 grams multiplied by 11. So we get 5 times 11, 55 grams. So this is the final answer you can obtain. So it is the mass of gold, right? So finally, you can write mass of gold needed equals 55 grams. හරිද? පුතා අපි මේ ක්ලාස් එකේදී මේවට ලොකු ගණන් ගොඩක් හදලා සෑහෙන ගණන් ගොඩක්. හරිද? right. හරිද? මොකද අනුසර නිදිමතද? ඈ 15th one is saying in a certain school out of 50 students, right? Who sat for grade 7 third term examination, 20 got A passes, right? There are 50 students. This is the 15th one, right? Total students 50. There are 50 students. Then out of these 50 students, right? 20 students got A passes for the math subject, right? A passes, right? The number of students who got A passes, sorry. No, I will write A passes so you guys know it. A passes students, right? Out of these 50, they got 20, right? 20 A passes are there and 20 students are there who got A passes for the mathematics, right? So, Uda, express the number of students who got A passes as a percentage. Very easy, right? So, what is the total number of students? 50, right? Out of that 50, 20 students got A passes. So, you can represent this as a fraction very easy, right? I will tell you, right? Express the percentage, right? So, I will write the answer percentage of A passes, right? Pudha, when you are going to write this, first of all, you need to get the fraction of A passes. The fraction of A passes. So how do you get the fraction of A passes? Right? There are 50 students, right? It should be bigger. So it goes to the denominator of the fraction. Out of this 50, 20 students got A passes. Out of this 50, 20 students got A passes, right? Now we need to represent this as a percentage. Now we want to represent this as a percentage. How we are going to represent this as a percentage? Percentage meaning of the percentage is you need to multiply that fraction by 100%. This is the percentage. I mean, so if you cannot understand, right? Underline the percentage. This is how am I going to get the percentage of a fraction, right? 20 divided by 50 multiplied by 100. So Buddha, I can simplify that, right? What simplify කරන්න පුළුවන් නේ? 20 divided by 50 multiplied by 100, right? 100 divided by 50. Can we divide it by 100? Yeah, sorry. 100 can be divided by 50 either, right? 50 times 1, 50 times 2. Very easy. Then numerator 20 times 2, 40. So your answer should be 40%. So your answer should be 40%, right? What is it? And this is how we are going to give your answer as a percentage, right? 20 out of 50 students got A passes and you are going to get the percentage. Multiply it by 100% at the end. Right. Let's go to 40, 50, 60. මේක හරියට පුතේ ලියලා තියෙන්නේ නේද? 14 තමයි. Right. The lesson that we were doing in the theory class, scale diagrams. 16 question is from that. 16 question is from scale diagrams. And a map is drawn to a scale of 1 to 100. 1. Right? 1 to 200. Right? Find the actual length represented by 5 centimeters. Right? So, Buddha, I think you are familiar with this. Right? Mage class එකේ මම අන්තිමටම කර කර ඉන්න පාඩම තමයි මේක. Right? That is the ending point of the class. Are the scale diagrams. Right? So, Buddha, what did I told you here? 1 to 200. Right? If you have a ratio like this 1 to 200, always in your left hand side you have the scale length. Always in your right hand side you have the actual length. So this is my left hand side of this ratio. Left hand side. So this is the scale length. Right? I will write scale. And the other side, this is my actual length. Right? So actually no need to write these things up. Make a keti vidya, right? You can remember the things. If you refer this, you can remember each and everything. No need to worry. Right? Scale left hand side, right hand side, actual. Scale length, actual. Correct? Left hand side, scale length. From these two dots, right hand side, actual. Correct? This side, left hand side, scale. Keep that in your mind. And if you want to write a ratio, like this, what did I told you? This side should be in the same minute and this side should be in the same minute. So in the scale length, right? So in the scale diagram lesson, normally we would get this is in centimeters and this is in centimeters also. Right. So I will write this one, right, as like this 1 centimeter. If your left hand side is represented by the unit centimeter, your right hand side also represented by the centimeter as well, right? 200 centimeters, this one. Right? Right? But I am explaining you how to do this. One can be written down as 1 centimeter, right? Arrow. 200 can be written down as 200 centimeters. 200 centimeters. So the meaning of this is by using small 1 centimeter, I am going to represent the actual length of 200 centimeters. Pata diga. Lupu diga. I am going to represent. By using a small 1 centimeter, I am going to represent the actual length of 200 centimeters. Can we convert this 200 centimeters into another unit? Right? Centimeter can be converted into meters, Neil. Yes, can be converted into meters. How we are going to convert into meters? What is the relationship between 1 meter and the centimeters? Right? What is the relationship between meters and centimeters? 1 meter equals here. 1 meter equals, now think. 1 meter equals 100 centimeters, right? 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So if you cannot remember, guys, you would write the 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. Keep this in your mind. Now here you have 200 centimeters. 200 centimeters. You are going to convert this into meters. So divide this side divide this side by 100. 200 divided by 100. So you will get meters, right? 0 to 0, 0 to 0. So the 1 centimeter represent 1 centimeter represent 200 centimeters. That means this represent 2 meters. It means 200 centimeters means 2 meters. In another way, 200 centimeters means 2 meters in another way. Right? 200 centimeters can be converted into meters by dividing 100. 200 divided by 100, it will convert into meters. Centimeter conversion into meter. Right? So by using 1 centimeter, you are going to represent 2 meters of length. By using small 1 centimeter, you are going to represent actual length of 2 meters. So they are asking, find the actual length of, right, represented by 5 centimeters. So Buddha, you are going to find the actual length. So you are going to find this. Actual 5 centimeter means your scale length. Right? 5 centimeter means your scale length. So guys, how do you convert 1 centimeter into 5 centimeter? Now think. Right? By using 1 centimeter, how am I going to obtain?
Wait.
Yeah, you are going to multiply 5. Right? So 1 multiplied by 5, 5 centimeters. Then how do you obtain this one? If you multiply by this side by 5, you have to multiply this side by 5 also. 5 times 2. So the 2 meter multiplied by 5. So the actual length is equal to this. 2 times 5, 10 meters. 10 meters. Actual length equals 10 meters. Correct? Okay. 1 centimeter represent 2 meters. Right? They are asking what is the actual length of 5 centimeters. So you have to find this one. Right? By using 1 centimeter, how do you obtain 5 centimeters? 1 multiplied by 5, 5 centimeters. So that if I want to obtain the actual length, 2 meters should be multiplied by 5. 2 meter multiplied by 5, 10 meters. So your actual length should be 10 meters. So that is how we are going to obtain the answer. Right. Okay. So that is the 16th one. Seventy. Right? A motor car is used, right? A motor car is used 1 liter and 600 milliliters of fuel, right? To travel the distance of 16 kilometers, right? Find the amount of fuel needed by this car to travel 1 kilometer. So, Buddha, Metana, right? This car, right, traveled 16 kilometers. So, I will say distance, right? Your distance and the fuel. These are the two quantities that you are going to compare, that you are going to find, because right here you have 1 liter 600 milliliters of fuel, right, and 16 kilometers, right? So here distance is 16 kilometers, right? To travel this 16 kilometers, that car needs 1 liter and 600 milliliters. 1 liter and 600 milliliters. Right? The same thing. Now you know how to find this. Me Dekar. Right? Right? this car travels 16 kilometers, right, by using 1 liter and 600 milliliters. Right? Now they are asking, find the amount of fuel needed by this car to travel 1 kilometer. You need to find for 1 kilometer, right? How much of fuel is needed? Very easy, pattal easy. Can you remember the pattern? Previous 16 bananas thing. If you want to find the price of one banana, what did you do? Same thing, ne?
Multiply by 16.
Multiply or divide?
Divide, no?
Divide by 16, right? So, put a done at the dang and a doing it. Are here you have 16 kilometers, but you cannot divide this at once, ne? You cannot divide that this 1 liter and 600 milliliters at once by 60. For that, you know how to convert 1 liter and 600 milliliters into milliliters, ne? 1 liter contains how much of milliliters? To your mind. Alright, refresh your knowledge. 1 liter contains 1000 milliliters. 1 liter contains 1000 milliliters, right? 1000 milliliters plus 600 milliliters, right? So Uda, here you can write 1000 milliliters plus 600 milliliters, right? So all together you have 1600 milliliters. 1600 milliliters. Here you have 1600 milliliters. Right? So by using, to travel 16 kilometers, you will be needed 1600 milliliters. If you want to travel 1 kilometer, right, you have to divide 1600 milliliters by 60. Right? Then you can find the fuel needed for 1 kilometer. Make 1600 divided by 16, 100 milliliters. So to travel 1 kilometer, this car needs 100 milliliters, right? So you can write, to travel 1 kilometer, car needs 100 milliliters. So this is your answer. Right? Try to catch the pattern. Make the pattern. You can do anything. Right? Okay, right. That is 17, Alright. Let's go for 18. Patta is in 18 on right? Patta is right. Okay, that is there, right? So you have to do this, right? So solve. You have to solve 2x plus 3 equals 30. So right? If they ask solve, what do you need to do? You need to find the value of x. Right? You need to find the value of x. If you want to find the value of x, what you can do? You need to remove this positive 3 and 2. Right? Then you have to isolate x in your left hand side. You have to isolate x in your left hand side. So then you can find the value of x, right? Fine. So here you have an equal mark. Now remember this thing very easy. Something is in here, you have equal mark. In the equation here you have equal mark, right? Something in your left hand side. This is left hand, this is right hand. This is left hand side, this is right hand side. If something is positive in this side, if something is positive in this side, if you want to remove this one, you need to get the subtraction. If you want to remove this positive thing, you need to do the opposite thing of that. Negative. Positive, not negative. If you have something negative, right? If you want to remove this negative thing, you need to do the opposite thing. Then add. Then add. Right? If you have multiplication in your left hand side, right? If you want to go take it to the right hand side, right? If you want to take it to the right hand side, then divide. Divide both sides. Right? Then if you have division, right? If you have division something in your left hand side, if you want to take it to the other hand side, multiply. Opposite thing of this, multiply. Keep this in your mind. Right? Right? So by using that, I am going to solve this. Right. So here you have 2x. Now here you have plus 3. I want to remove plus 3. Plus now, I need to negate. I need to subtract same thing from both sides. I am going to subtract 3 from my left hand side and 3 from my right hand side. Dash will be same thing. Minus 3, minus 3. Right? Minus 3, minus 3. Right? Because here you have positive 3, opposite thing is negative. Negative 3. Negate 3, negate 3. Right? Subtract 3, subtract. Right. So plus 3 minus 3, 0. Right? It is something like I have, let's say, I have 3 apples. Right? Again, I have 3 apples. I am giving these 3 apples to Chenuga. Right? I am giving these 3 apples to Chenuga. Now think. Right? Giving means positive. Right? Positive. Right? Giving means positive. ඔයාලා positive තමයි. මේ කියන්නේ ඔයාලට පින් ලැබෙනවා. හරිද? එතකොට positive thing. හරිද? I am giving 3 apples to Chenuka and later, right? Now Chenuka ඒව කන්නේ හරිද? Chenuka තියා ඉන්නවා. තප්පර 5කින් විතර after 5 seconds I am getting that 3 apples back. Back means I am getting that 3 apples back means negative. Minus, subtract. Giving 3 apples and taking that 3 apples back. Now, how many apples are there with Chenuka? Think. 0. 0, ne? 0. So, plus 3, negative 3, 0. Right? So, this is 0, ne? No need to put. This is 0. No need to put. 2x equals 13 minus 3, 10. Now here what? How you are going to read this? 2x. How you are going to read this? 2x. 2 multiplied by x. 2 multiplied by x. Multiply. In your left hand side, you have this multiply. What is the opposite thing? Divide. What is the opposite thing? පුතේ මේක ලියා ගන්න. හරි? මේක පට්ට වැදගත්. හරිද? So equations only. Right? Solve equations. Right? When solving equations, positive not negative. Negative not positive. Multiply and divide. Divide not multiply. Right? So make 2x in my left hand side. In my left hand side, I have 2x. 2 multiply by x. 2 multiply by x. Multiply me. if I want to remove this 2, I need to divide both sides by 2. Here, I need to divide both sides by 2. So, by using that, I am going to divide this side by 2 and divide this side by 2. Right? 2 divided by 2, 1. Right? That means x. 1 times x, x. 10 divided by 2, 5. Right? So your answer for x is 5. Your answer for x is 5. Right. So 18th one is done. Guys, do you have any questions? Up to now. පුතේ මොනවාරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද? අහන්න. Any point මොනවාරි anything. පුතා අර මම ඉස්සලා හදපු ගණන් ඔක්කොම ටික හරිද? සරලම විදියට එකම ගණන් විදියට හැදුවේ. එකම සෙට් එකට හැදුවේ මම. හරිද? අර ඊතල ගහලා හැදුවේ. මතකද? බනානා ගාන, fuel ගාන and so on and so forth, right? That is the easiest way that you need to understand. හරි ගණන් ගොඩ දැම්මේ ගේමක් නැති. හරිද? But you need to learn the correct thing from correct term. ඔව්ද? Yes.
Can you
So පුතා 19th one. You have to add kilometers and meters. Right? Kilometers and meters. Here we have 5 kilometers, right? And 24 meters, right? And 7 meters and 76 meters, right? What is the relationship between kilometer and meter? What is the relationship between kilometer and meters? 1 kilometer equals 1000 meters. Right? 1 kilometer equals 1000 meters. Right? But here we no need to use that. අපිට මෙතනදී use කරන්න අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. But keep this in your mind. 1 kilometer equals 1000 meters. Right? For your extra knowledge. Right? Sometimes these kind of things can come in your exam. So now 4 plus 6 in the meter side because I am going to add them. Right? 4 plus 6, 10. So remainder is 1. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 1, 10. Okay, 100 meters. 100 meters. Right? 100 meters. And here we have 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7 means 12. 12 kilometers and 100 meters. So this is your answer. This is your answer. Right? 12 kilometers and 100 meters. Right. So the last one, 20. Right. I will share the screen and I will tell you how to draw the PQR angle using protractor. Right. So I am going to do the 20th question. 20th question, and we have to draw. Right? We have to draw PQR angle using a protractor. Right? So PQR angle's magnitude has been given. Right? PQR angle's magnitude has been given as 80 degrees. Right? 80 degrees. Now, how you are going to do is, first of all, you have to draw it. Right? So take your ruler. Right? Take your ruler. Here is my tool. So here is my ruler, right? And here is my half circle protractor. So these two needed to do this one. So I will place my ruler like this, right? And I will take my pencil, right? I will take my pencil and I am going to draw a segment of straight line like this. Are you there? Right. Now I am going to remove my ruler from this. And I will name this end of the left end of the straight line as P. It's a P. Right? And the right end as Q. Right? Right end of the straight line as Q. Then I am going to place my protractor, right? This is the origin of the protractor. Right? At the middle point is the origin. So I am going to place my origin, right at the point Q. Right? On top of the point Q, I have placed my protractor. And my zero of the left hand side, zero of the protractor, right, has been coincided with the PQ straight line, right? Can you see? Right? It is gone through the PQ straight line on top of the PQ straight line directly. They are on top of each other, right? So, Putha, now you are going to draw a 80-degree angle, right? 80-degree angle for 80-degree angle, right? So you need to see, right? Where you need to find where your zero is. Where the zero is. Here you have the zero. Then to this side, you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Here you have the 80. So this is the strong dash and the big dash, right? Along this big dash, I have to mark here, right? Small dot, right? Small dot, right? Because it is my, right? Here is my 80, right? And I am going to mark a small point, right? On top of 80, right? On the paper, right? Okay, now I have drawn that and I have marked 80 degrees, right? And I am going to remove my protractor from here, right? I am going to remove my protractor from here. So this is not it, but this one, right? So now I am going to take my ruler again and I am going to rotate it, right? Rotate it and I am going to join my point Q and the mark point on top of this. Here. Right. So here my point Q, this is the small point that I have marked, right? And I am going to take my pen, right? I am going to take my pen and I am going to join Q and my point. And so this is right. Now I am going to remove my ruler like this. Now then finally you have to say, then finally you have to mark this is P, this is Q, and this is R. And you have to mention the magnitude of the angle as to this side, right? To this side, right? Magnitude of the angle is person. Is that. I want to draw an arrow, right? To this side, right? You have to mark the magnitude of PQR angle is 80 degrees. Right, like this. Did you understand? Alright. So Uda, I will explain it to you in the board dash it. Right? So now you can remember the steps. Right? Now you can remember the steps. Now look at the board. Right? So first thing that you need to do is, right, in the 20th question, right, first thing that you need to do is, right, draw a straight line like this, right, Then mark P in your left hand side, mark Q in your right hand side, right? Now here is your point, and take your protractor and place your protractor on top of Q, right? On top of Q, right? It is something like this. So now think this is your protractor, right? Now here you have the 0, right? Here you have the 0. From here onwards, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, right? Here you can find 80. Now take your pencil and put a small dot, right? Directly to 80. Put a small dot directly to 80, directly to 80. Right? Then remove the protractor. Remove the protractor. Right? Then take your ruler. Then place it here. Right? Then join these 2 points. And mark somewhere around here. This is R. PQR. And this is not finished yet, but you have to mention the magnitude of this PQR angle. Angle is 80 degrees. Now this is completed, right? So Buddha, now this the all of the things that you need to know for the part 1. Right? හරිද පුතේ? හරි. මම ගොඩක් ඒවා ඩිස්කස් කරායි. හරි. මට මේක පැයෙන් ඉවර කරලා දාන්නත් තිබ්බ part 1 එක. හරිද? guys ඕගොල්ලෝ හොඳ ඒක තේරුණාද? හොඳ දැනුමක් ගත්තද කට්ටිය? මොකද? අර තේරුණාද? all good?